Everybody, welcome to Maura Mongi Reviews. I hope all you had a good time. Yes, I'm here to review the Atletico Madrid versus Arsenal game. What can I say? What can I say? Many people expected that game to be like a defensive game, very few opportunities, very few shots, very few goals. Like they just expected every team to park the bus. First of all, it ended 1-1. What I would say is okay, a little bit of that was true because both Atletico and Arsenal have very good defenses, and both coaches know how to set up good defenses and how to prevent the opponent from scoring. But one thing I would say, it was a bit entertaining. It wasn't as packing the bus as people expected. Both teams created very decent chances. And it was a proper game of football. Yes, Bayern and PSG, it took us to the moon. It took us way beyond, but so many goals, very entertaining. It was like you see one of those charity matches you see actually in across Europe, especially in England, where you have all these stars and they allow each other to score. They score even 10, 10, 11, 10. It also felt like that for Bayern against PSG, though it was quality football. And because it's like every player was just wired to attack and score goals and not defend, just focus on getting the ball to your attackers or scoring or just forward pressing. But for Arsenal and Atletico, it was proper football, or in terms of yes, attack, but also once you don't have the ball, once the opponent is attacking you, try and prevent them from scoring. What I'll say, I see that they didn't have many chances, but because it was decided by set pieces, both teams scored via penalties. And what I'll say is there was a controversial decisions because Arsenal should have won that game. That was a penalty, a clear penalty. I don't even know how to react to it because I kind of fell down because the first half it was all about Arsenal. And one thing I'll say is Atletico just gave Arsenal too much respect. I think they had the haunting of the league game that Arsenal thrashed Atletico 4-0. And once Arsenal scored the penalty, Atletico was just. I even wonder, is this really a team that is in semi-final? Because they were not coming at Arsenal, and Atletico had almost like have close to entire team had rested for almost 7 days. But Arsenal, they had played over the weekend. It was just 2 days rest, and they are back to training or preparing for the Atletico clash. And Arsenal felt actually more relaxed, more wanting it. And Atletico were just there. I wonder, these guys, they will not get anywhere. Let's just get another goal. And it was unfortunate Arsenal never went hard on them. And towards the second half, when Atletico came in, it made one switch, and that's the thing that changed the game. Just one switch. I think it was Riente. He was just switched to the wing position, and that's changed the entire game because Atletico came in hard at Arsenal, and that's where they got the shot that ended up in being a penalty, which also controversial because I wondered, yes, that is Ben White. He is defending the ball, but the ball hits his what do you call it? His leg. Then it goes to his hand. So that's a ball to hand, not handball. So it was just controversial. Then the Eze's penalty that was reversed because I wondered what's the work of VAR, because the referee saw that as a penalty because Eze got the ball, but the defender never got the ball, and he made a touch on Eze's leg. That's a clear penalty. Even though, yes, there was this angle where Eze, probably one of the leg hits the defender, so the referee probably saw it like Eze tried to hit himself on the defender and win a fall, and fall it too easily. But he got the ball. That's the rule. If you get the ball and the defender doesn't get it, and the defender touches Eze, actually, it doesn't matter if it's minimal contact as long as there's contact. Those are the rules of FIFA, so or UEFA. So that I was it's just shocking. Someone said probably the atmosphere at Atletico Madrid stadium made increase the pressure to the referee. Also, even the Diego Simeone, the Atletico Madrid coach, he was always signaling to the referee, go to the VAR, go and check the VAR. And despite that, they're independent. So it's at a semi-final, I never expected him to overturn that because It's not a clear and obvious error. Yeah, that's a clear penalty. Even everyone is saying that's a clear penalty. So I wonder, because that should have been 2-1 to Arsenal. And it was a huge moment, because that could have changed the game and maybe won Arsenal the tie. Because the return leg, we know Atletico are coming to Arsenal, that they made Emirates, and Arsenal know they are going to go hard, even though Atletico have an advantage, because I know Diego Simeone is going to rest the players again. Arsenal, you have a game to actually they're only going to rest one day. You have a very difficult game against Fulham in the Premier League, which they are still going for. So it's so difficult for Arsenal, but they have to go hard at it, because at Atletico they are beatable, very beatable, because also Julian Alvarez seemed he had an injury. I don't know if he's going to be back to the Arsenal game. We wait and see. But he never looked good, but he may be back. Either way, we Arsenal are capable of beating Atletico. They're not that good. It's only that they worked on, or they were fed by the energy from their fans. Our fans were just, after they scored that penalty, their fans just went crazy. I think that's what Arsenal maybe succumbed to. But the quality is there in Arsenal, way better quality than Atletico. But anything can happen. It's the same, just the same case on PSG versus Bayern. Bayern can go and just beat at PSG so bad, but also PSG, every team is in this tie in both matches, so it's going to be a difficult one. But I know Arsenal can do the job. That the worst thing, I'm just concerned about the time, because the players you are playing on Saturday, they're going to rest only on Sunday, Monday they're back on training, because the game is on Tuesday. So that's just the only downside to it. Apart from that, all the other players are okay. I'm just hoping we get someone back. If we had Kai Havertz, I will be really be happy, because Gyökeres, I don't know if it's because he's not being fed the ball, but he's not turning up as we expected. Probably he's not getting maybe the ball, because Odegaard, again, he's not a player who can move with the ball, can what do you call it? Can try and just squeeze in a goal, or just push the ball forward. He plays too safe, and at this stage, we don't want someone playing too safe. And that's why Eze came in, because Eze, once he came in, it just changed that dynamic. So I'm hoping in the return leg we get to see a different Arsenal. But for now, focus is on Premier League. But for that game, it was a good game. I wouldn't mind, but I felt not that confident after Atletico scored. But I know Arsenal are capable of doing it, because they are coming out to a tough. So that's it from me, guys. What do you think? Should Arsenal have been awarded that penalty? Share in your comments, please, and also subscribe to the channel. I want to grow this channel so that we can react to more football. That's it from me, guys. See you, and see you over the weekend for the Arsenal versus Fulham game. Goodbye.